I'm Cameron Comstock. Imagine this. You're walking through an elementary school hallway. You see two little people visibly upset with each other. There are no words exchanged, but they are sitting and screaming to be seen and heard. This is a concern I identified and felt the need to address. Behavior like this is communication, it's just not appropriate. Situations like this happen more often than people think. This is why I chose Focus on Feelings for my FCCLA project this year. Young children often have a difficult time identifying their emotions. Children and families many times forget to work together by reading books, talking about strong feelings, using feelings words and descriptions, or finding time to work through strong feelings after they happen. This is often perceived as young children acting out in inappropriate ways. In actuality, young children haven't practiced identifying their emotions or been given the right tools to help them become problem solvers. This affects the development of interpersonal communications and became the main factor for my project's concern. To go one step further, I got more research directly from the teacher that I worked with to help me identify my concern. I asked her if she thought technology had an impact on her students. She said, "Students who have used it correctly learn from it. But they seem to want things to be instant all the time and don't have much patience for things." I also asked her if students would benefit from knowing how to use iMessages correctly. She said, "It is important for students to learn to be able to say what they want or need, and to be able to tell their parents, peers, or adults what they want." To address my concerns, I set a goal. During 2 weeks in January, I taught students positive ways to identify and communicate their emotions appropriately. I collaborated with the teachers prior to presenting my lesson, which then we discussed how I would use age-appropriate activities. I plan to use visuals, read an age-appropriate story, give problem-solving strategies, reach out to parents, and follow up with the classroom teachers regarding my lesson. I began to form a plan. I decided to teach kindergartners and second grade students at Prairie Farm Elementary Schools. I wanted to teach my lesson on how to positively identify and communicate emotions clearly. My project directly connects to FCCLA and Family Consumer Sciences through the efforts to strengthen communication skills in families and increase my communication skills as a 7th grader. I went to the designated classrooms to present my lesson on how to positively identify and communicate emotions to other people. I proceeded to go to the kindergarten classroom on Wednesday, January 15th, and to the second grade classroom on Thursday, January 16th. I presented to the classrooms and read them the story, The Way I Feel. After the read-aloud, I used an actual mirror and asked them how their faces looked, sad, mad, or silly. Next, I had some scenarios for them to help me solve. Research shows that if you talk, you also have to listen for it to be a healthy conversation. I taught the students how to use iMessages. For example, "I feel happy when my teacher helps me," or "I feel sad when you take my toy." After this activity, I gave them some emojis that I had printed. They were able to choose 2 emojis and glue them onto popsicle sticks. They were able to practice using more iMessages after the lesson. I took this project one step farther by sending home a parent letter, which explained my project to the families. I copied a wheel of emotions and asked the families to tally their emotions that their child had in 1 week, and then send it back within a week to school. Most of the families did send the assignment back, and there were lots of emotions documented and experienced. To evaluate my project, I asked the teachers some questions after I left the classroom. For example, how could I improve it if I were to do this lesson again? They said the project was great for their age group of children. As I mentioned in the beginning, the research is clear. I believe my activity pointed out the importance of iMessages. The communication skills of using I statements can not only help the students in the classroom, but it is a valuable skill for me and adults too. This project utilized many forms of communication: verbal through speaking, nonverbal through the body language and the use of the mirror, written through the family letter and the Wheel of Emotions assignment, one-on-one with teachers and students, active listening with the teachers, students, and my advisors, and conflict resolution through the use of iMessages. I can say that my communication skills have improved by having to communicate with the classroom teachers and setting up different lesson times with them, also with working with young children. Now when I walk through the hallway, I see more effective communication and less hitting and screaming. I'm encouraged to extend this Focus on Feelings project in the future.